Hello everyone. So in this lecture we'll see the different representations of a relation and we'll see the operations that can be performed on the relation. Okay, so let us begin with we can say that a representation and operations on relations. So first one we'll see what are the different representations of a relation or how a relation can be represented. And after that we'll see the different operations that can be performed on relations. So a representation of a relation, we can say that let us consider one relation because we can say that relation is a set. So we can say that all set operations can be performed on the relation. So first one we'll see different representation. Let us consider let's say one set is given to you that is 1 2 3 and second set is given let's say set B that is 1 2 3 4. Also we can say that a relation R is defined like that x comma y such that x is less than y on A cross B. Yes, this relation is given to you. Now our task is we'll see the different representations or how this relation can be represented. First one we can say that first method of representation is listing method. So what listing does mean? We can say that write the or we can say that make a list of all the ordered pair. So here we can say that the ordered pairs which satisfies this particular condition that is x is less than y. All those we can say that ordered pair will be inside the relation. So we can say that 1 comma 2 then 1 comma 3 1 is less than 4 so 1 comma 4 2 comma we can say that 3 2 comma 4 and 3 comma 4, that is the relation we can say that, and this one is the listing method. Second one is we can say that is statement method. In statement method we can say that it can be written like that x is related to y if and only if x is less than y. Third one we can say that is set builder form or set builder representation. So we can say that in set builder, whatever the relation is given, that is represented in the set builder only. So we can say that in the set builder, we can say that x is related to y means x comma y, all such ordered pairs in which x is less than y on A cross B. That is your, we can say that set builder form, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Next, we can say that next representation, let's say that is we can say that matrix representation, that is important as well. So this one is important one. So matrix representation is what we can say that let's say this is the matrix. We can say that A and B containing A contains let's say how many number of elements 1 2 3 and B contains 1 2 3 4. So make rows and columns. We can say that in our relation 1 comma 1 is not present, so put 0. 1 comma 2 is present, then put 1. That means if that particular ordered pair is present inside our relation, then put the value 1, otherwise put equals to 0. So this is also present 1. This is not present, 1 1. This is also not present, 1. So 1 represents where what we can say that this particular ordered pair is inside our relation, isn't it? So we can say that is our matrix representation. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Next one, fifth one, we can say that is arrow diagram. Arrow diagram. So we can say that here two sets are involved. We can say that set A contains 1 2 3 and set B contains let's say 1 2 3 4. So this is the arrow diagram means we can say that one is related with 2, one is related with 3, one is related with 4. Also we can say that 2 is related with, we can say that 2 is related with 3, 2 is related with 4 and 3 is related with 4. So that is the arrow diagram, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So this is a relation, isn't it? So this one is a relation. So we can say that here various representation methods are there to represent any relation, isn't it? One more method is there that is also known as, we can say that, digraph method. So what is digraph method? But remember, this digraph method is applicable when the relation is on same set, isn't it? Digraph, sorry, that is digraph method. So let us consider one set A is given as 1, 2, 3, 4, and consider a relation. Consider a relation, let's say, on A cross A. So one relation is given, let's say 1 comma 1, then we can say that 2 comma 2, 1 comma 2, then 2 comma 1, and then 2 comma 3. This relation is given, so we can represent this particular relation. Let's say last one is 2 comma 3. So this relation is on same set, that means A cross A. Then only we can use this method, that is digraph method. So we can say that what will be the digraph of this particular relation? We can say that four nodes are there. So four nodes are there. So we can say that one is related with one. So self loop will be there. One is related with two and two is related with one. Next one we can say that two is related with two and two is related with three. So we can say that this is the required digraph of the given relation. So these are the, we can say that, some representations of a relation, isn't it? Okay. Next one we'll see, yes, operations on a relation. So our topic next one is operations on relations. So guys, relation is also a set. So we can say that all set operations are also applicable for the relations also. But difference is only what we can say that here relation is a set of ordered pair. Nothing else. Every ordered pair is treated as a one element. So we can say that yes, because the relations are also sets, so we can say that all set operations will be applicable, yes, for the relations also. So let us consider R and S be two relations, isn't it? Let's say two relations are given to you, isn't it? Yes, let's say on A cross A or simply on E. On A means by default A means A cross A. Otherwise, if two sets are involved, then it will be written that on A cross B, and on A means it is on A cross A, isn't it? So here, yes, A set A is given, that is 1, 2, 3. Let us consider one example. And relation R is, let's say, that is 1 comma 1, then 1 comma 2, then 2 comma 3, on, we can say that, A cross A. Now let's say next relation is given as 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3, then we can say that 3 comma 3. Let's say this is on, yes, A or A cross A, same thing is there. Then different set operations, like we can say that union, intersection, complement, set difference, okay, symmetric difference, all these things we can do with the relations also. So first one you can write down, yes, what will be the union? R union S. So we can say that union will be what? Yes, union of all ordered pairs. So 1 comma 2, then 2 comma 3, then we can say that 3 comma 3. The next one we can say that that is intersection. Intersection will be only containing only common ordered pairs. So 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 3. Third one, what is complement here? Complement of a relation means we can say that universal relation minus relation. And here universal relation is what? A cross A minus, we can say that, relation R. So yes, A cross A will contain all the possible ordered pairs, and subtract the ordered pairs which are in R from the A cross A. So we can say that the remaining ordered pairs will be what? We can say that 1 comma 3, then we can say that 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2, then we can say that 3 comma 1, 3 comma 2, and 3 comma 3, isn't it? Similarly, you can find out the, yes, S complement. S complement will also be universal relation. Yes, we can say that universal relation minus S. So we can say that universal relation means A cross A minus S. So that will be what? Yes, all the ordered pairs Yes, in which we can say that the ordered pairs of S are not present. So we can say that subtract the ordered pairs of the relation S from A cross A. So resultant answer will be what? We can say that 1 comma 1, 1 comma 3, then 2 comma 1, then 2 comma 2, then 3 comma 1, and final one is 3 comma 2. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Similarly, next some operations we can see here. Let's say fifth one, what is R minus S? So we can see that R minus S means R minus R intersection S. Isn't it? Okay. So we can say that subtract, yes, we can say that, yes, R minus common ordered pair. So that will be, a result will be what? 1 comma 1 only. Isn't it? Because we can say that, let's say two sets are there. Let's say this is R, this is S. So we can say that R minus S means this particular region, and this particular region can be written like that, R minus this common part, R intersection S. Similarly, we can say that S minus R will be what? S minus S intersection R. So this will be what? We can say that only one ordered pair, that is 3 comma 3. And one more operation, that is symmetric difference of R and S. That is what we can say that, that is R minus S union with S minus R, XOR or symmetric difference, isn't it? So we can say that this one will be what? 1 comma 1 and 3 comma 3, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. So yes, we can say that these all are, so we can say that some basic operations. So we'll see some, yes, we can say that, yes, some special operations and which are very important. We'll see one by one, isn't it? So write down first one. Okay. Let us consider, we can say that some more relations. Yes, we can say that some more operations are also there. Let's say first one is inverse of a relation. Inverse of a relation, R, that is represented by, yes, R inverse. So we can say that what is R inverse? Let's say R inverse, the definition of R inverse, inverse of a relation says that, yes, it contains, we can say that, ordered pairs y comma x such that x comma y belongs to relation R, isn't it? So consider one example. Let's say R1 relation is given as 1 comma 1, then let's say this is 1 comma 2, and then it is, let's say, 2 comma 3. And we can say that R inverse will be what? We can say that R inverse will be 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 1. Just to flip the ordered pairs, xy becomes what? Y comma x, 3 comma 2. That will be the inverse relation. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. Next one we'll see, that is important one, that is composition of relation. Okay, so we'll see what is composition of relations. This one is important one, that is composition of relations. Okay, so remember this one, composition of R and S, relation R and S is denoted by, remember, denoted by, we can say that, S of R. Composition of R and S means it is represented in reverse manner. Composition of R and S is represented as S of R. Yes, that means right to left. It is written as right to left. And it is defined as, we can say that, yes, X comma Z, all such pairs such that X comma Y is, or we can say that, belongs to relation R, and Y comma Z belongs to relation S. Okay. Similarly, yes, the composition of S and R is denoted by, yes, R of S, and we can say that is defined as, yes, this is also represented in the reverse manner. Composition of S and R, that means R will be written first of S, isn't it? So we can say that R of S, isn't it, that will be equals to X comma Z, such that x comma y belongs to S and y comma z belongs to S. We can say that relation R. Remember this one? I hope this one is clear to everyone. That is the definition. That means if x comma y, let's say S of R, we can say that if x is related with y, and remember this y is related with z, then x z will be the ordered pair in the composition of R and S. Remember this one. So this y is, we can say that this y is what? Common. X is related to y and y is related with z, then x z will be the answer. Isn't it? That will be the required order. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So we'll see, yes, some simple examples based on this one, and after that we'll see yes, how this is used. Isn't it? Okay. So write down first one. So let us consider question number one. Given two relations on A cross A. Let's say set A is given to you 1, 2, 3, and relation R is given as 1, comma 1, 1, comma 2, 2, comma 3. Relation S is given as 1, comma 2, and 2, comma 3, and 3, comma 3. So first question is, what is R composition of S, or we can say that the composition of R and S, that is S of R. Remember this one. In English statement it is written like that, composition of R and S, and it is represented in the reverse manner. Similarly, yes, composition of S and R will be represented like that, and in English statement it will be written like that, composition of, we can say that, S and R. Composition of S and R. So remember this one. Yes, first one we'll see, yes, composition of R and S, isn't it? So yes, remember this one. Yes, this is important one. So we'll see, yes, first one, let's say, yes, composition of R and S, isn't it? So that can be represented like that. So composition of R means we'll see, yes, one ordered pair in R, 1 to 1, that is X, that is Y, and we'll see one more ordered pair in S, that is Y to Z. The answer will be what? XZ, isn't it? So we can say that 1 comma 2 will be in the answer. Similarly, we can say that 1 to 2, this is X, this is Y, and this is Y, this is Z. So 1 is related with 2 in R, and 2 is related with 3 in S, then 1 comma 3 XZ will be the answer. So 1 comma 3 will be the, yes, our required ordered pair. Similarly, we can say that 2 is related with 3, that is X, this is Y. 2 is related with 3 in R, and 3 is related with 3 in, we can say that S, so Y, Z. So we can say that XZ 2 comma 3 will be the answer. I hope this one is clear to everyone. So composition of R and S means first see the XY in the R and YZ in the S, then XZ will be the answer. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, moving to the next one. Second one we can say that, that is, yes, composition of S and R. So here, yes, XY pair will see in the, yes, relation S. So in the relation we can say that S there is 1 to 2, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3 is there in relation R. So 1 to 3, that will be the answer. Other than this, we can say that there is no matchings like XY and YZ. So we'll see XY in the relation S, and we will search YZ in the relation R. So here XZ, we can say that XY in relation S was the 1 comma 2, and 2 comma 3 was in the relation R. So 1 comma 3 will be the answer. But you can see in relation R, we can say that in relation S, next ordered pair is 2 comma 3. So 2 comma 3, now there is no ordered pair which starts with 3 in R. Similarly, next one is 3 comma 3. Yes, we can say that in 3 comma 3. Yes, let's say 3 comma 3, then no ordered pair is there in R that starts with 3 in R. So we can say that no more, yes, ordered pairs will be there in composition of S and R. So we can say that that will be the correct answer. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So from here you can, yes, observe many things like, write down one note. We can say that first one, here you can observe that, yes, composition of S and R, we can say that is not equals to composition of R and S, isn't it? So we can say that, yes, composition of relations is not commutative, not commutative. Next one, yes, you only tell me. Composition of R S of T, yes, you only tell me. Yes, we can say that that is R of S of T. Yes, that is correct. We can say that that's why composition of relations is associative, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, next one we'll see, yes, power of a relation, isn't it? One by one we'll see all the operations, how to find the, or we can say that how to calculate the power of a relation, isn't it? That is the next question. So remember this one. This one is important one. So let us consider. Let's say first one. Yes, right. What is identity relation? Identity relation. So we can say that let A be a non-empty set, then the relation we can say that, yes, x comma y is known as, we can say that, identity relation, is called, we can say that, identity relation. So consider one example. Let's say A is given as A comma B comma C comma D. Then identity relation A will be what? Yes, A comma A, B comma B, then C comma C, and D comma D, isn't it? So we can say that sometime it is also denoted by delta. So we can say that identity relation is also denoted by, we can say that, delta, isn't it? Okay. So next one is power of a relation. So we'll see what is the meaning of power of a relation. So next one is power of a relation. Power of a relation. So we can say that that is R raised to power n. So remember, R raised to power 0 is what? Identity relation. I already told you guys that why it is identity. I will clarify to you guys. Yes. Okay. So first one will say, let's say R power 1 is what? R only. And R square will be what? Composition of R with R. And R cube will be what? Composition of R with R square. Isn't it? So we can say that let us consider one set A, that is 1, 2, 3, and one relation is, let's say, that is 1 comma 2 and 3 comma 1, isn't it? So what will be the R raised to power 0? That is identity relation. So we can say that that is 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, and 3 comma 3, isn't it? Why? Because we can say that I already told you guys that, let us consider one example. Let's say in mathematics, 4 cube means what? We can say that multiplying 4 3 times, isn't it? And now you can say that in mathematics we can say that raised to power means what? Multiplication, isn't it? So we can say that 4 power 0 will be what? 1. Why? Because 1 is the identity element for multiplication. Similarly here, yes, here power means what? Composition. And we can say that in composition, identity relation is what? This one. Why? Because any relation, composition with identity relation will be what? Relation R only. So we can say that this relation is identity relation. That's why we can say that R power 0 is identity relation, isn't it? Similarly, you can find out the R square, R cube, R power 4, and so on. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. So let us consider one more example, isn't it? Okay. Let us consider one more example. Let's say, yes. Let us consider, let's say, yes. One question, write down, one relation is given that, let's say, 1 comma 2, then we can say that 3 comma 1, then 2 comma 3. And my question is, find r cube and r power minus 2, isn't it? Yes, now you only tell me what will be the solution. Yes, the relation r is what? 1 comma 2, 3 comma 1, yes, 2 comma 3, isn't it? That is the relation. Now you only tell me what will be the r square. R square will be the composition of r with r. So write r one more time. So it will be easy for you guys, nothing else. Now we can say that yes, take, yes, this is in the reverse direction, so no need to worry at all. Here r is same, so yes, you can do in either ways. So here we can say that 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 3, so answer will be what? 1 comma 3. Next one we can say that, yes, you only tell me next one, that is 3 comma 1, and yes, we can say that 1 comma 2, so we can say that 3 comma 2 will be the answer. Next one, it is 2 comma 3, and this is 3 comma 1, so answer will be what? Xz, 2 comma 1. So we can say that that will be the r square. Now what will be the r cube? R cube will be what? R composition with, we can say that r square, isn't it? Remember this one. So we can say that r composition with r square. Remember why I am writing like that? R cube is equals to r composition with r square, because you know, or let's say 2 raised to power 3 raised to power 4, isn't it? We can say that here, yes, let's say first one is 3 raised to power 4, this one will be calculated, whatever be the result, and then that will be the power of 2. So if let's say this arrow sign represents the power function, so we can say that first rightmost power function or power operator is evaluated, isn't it? Okay, I hope this one is clear to everyone. That's why, that means we can say that the power function is right associative. So we can write r cube is r composition with r square, isn't it? We can say that, or you can say yes, this one will be what? R composition with R composition with R. So first you can, yes, evaluate this one R square, then we can take, yes, this particular composition, nothing else. But here all relations are same, then there won't be any problem, we can say that. But your habit should be like that only, isn't it? Because power function is right to left associative. So yes, you can make this habit, because this habit will, we can say that, will, we can say that beneficial for you guys in some other examples, or we can say that slowly when we will proceed to other topics of discrete maths, then it will be beneficial like group theory and all, isn't it? So always remember, power function is right to left associative, means we can say that yes, first right power operator will be evaluated, isn't it? Nothing else. But here r is same, so there won't be any problem. So we can say that here we can find out, yes, now r square, yes, we can say that, yes, r cube will be what? R composition with r square. So r square is this one, isn't it? Now find x comma y in r square, 1 comma 3, and in r 3 comma 1 is there. So we can say that one pair will be what? 1 comma 1, then 3 comma 2, and in r 2 comma 3 is there. So we can say that 3 comma 3 will be there, isn't it? Or what? 3 comma 3. Yes, 3 comma 3 will be there. Next one 2 comma 1 is there, and 1 comma 2 is there in r, so we can say that 2 comma, yes, that is 2 comma 2 will be there in r cube, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Similarly we can find out, yes, r power 4 and so on, isn't it? R power 4 will be what? We can say that r composition with r cube, isn't it? Now you only tell me, yes, can we write, yes, you only tell me r power minus 2 can be written like that or not? R power minus 1 whole power 2, isn't it? That means that is r square whole inverse or not, isn't it? So r power minus 2 will be what? R square whole inverse. So r square we already calculated or evaluated. So just take the reverse of that relation. So we can say that 1 comma 3 becomes 3 comma 1, 3 comma 2 will becomes 2 comma 3, and 2 comma 1 will becomes 1 comma 2. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Isn't it? Okay. So yes, that is the, yes, we can say that power of a relation. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. So moving to the next one. Yes. Let's say consider the following relations. Let us consider one relation is given that, let's say 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 3. And one more relation is also there as, let's say that is 1 comma 1, then 2 comma 3, 3 comma 1, and 3 comma 2. So what will be the matrix representations of both the relations? We can say that first one, yes, this matrix representation of relation R, let's say here all these relations are on A, let's say, and A is given that is 1 comma 2 comma 3. This is the relation A, let's say that is 1 2 3. So in matrix representation we can say that yes, there will be a matrix of 3 by 3, 3 rows and 3 columns will be there. So we can say that here 1 comma 1 is present, so 1 1 1, then we can say that 0 1 1, then 0 0 1, isn't it? So we can say that 1 1 is present, 1 2 is present, 1 3 is present, 2 2 2 3 3 3. So yes, the ordered pairs which are present in the relation are at, we can say that the positions, corresponding positions will include 1 or contains 1, and those ordered pairs which are not present inside the relation R, for which the entries in the matrix will be zeros only. Similarly, yes, this representation is important. Next one, yes, let's say this one, relation R. Yes, also here we can say that 3 by 3 matrix will be there. So we can say that this can be represented like that, what 1 1 is present, isn't it? 1 2 is not present, 1 3 is not present, 2 1 is not present, 2 2 is not present, 2 3 is present, 3 1 is present, 3 2 is present, and this one is not present. So we can say that is the, yes, these are the matrix representations. Okay, or we can say that any relation can be represented by, yes, we can say that matrix form also, and these are very very important. Okay, so in the, we can say that further parts or remaining parts of the relations, we will see or we will play with the matrix representation of the relations. So be careful, this is very very important. Okay, so I think this one is simple also, you can write easily any relation in the matrix form. Nothing is there, we can say that if that ordered pair is present, then put the entry 1, otherwise put equals to 0, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So that's all about, we can say that representation and operations on relations. In the next lecture we'll start, yes, we'll see the types of relations, and that is very very important, isn't it? In the types of relations we'll see various types of relations like reflexive relation, irreflexive relation, what is symmetric, what is anti-symmetric relation, what is asymmetric relation, and what is equivalence relation, and last one is what is partial order relation. So from types of relation, we can say that various questions has been asked in different competitive exams like GATE and all, and various PSU exams also. So that is very very important part. So in the next lecture onwards, we'll start the types of relation. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, guys, thank you so much.